Hey guys, I just need some help with something. I think I've been accidentally offending some people and I didn't really mean to. Last couple of years while I've been on YouTube, at different times on different videos, I've mentioned America or Americans. One time was when I was mentioning that 40% of my subscribers are from the US, and I said that 40% of my subscribers were from America, or were Americans, I can't remember which. And then another time I was talking about Australia and Japan and America. So just at different times I've mentioned America or Americans. I mentioned one time that I've got in Japan, I've got some American friends. But just now and again when I say that word, or those words, I'll get comments from people sort of telling me off and telling me that America's a continent, not a country, and that they're not Americans, Americans anybody from the continent of America. So I'm a bit confused. Because over the years, I've sort of, I watch the news and try and keep in touch with what's going on internationally. And, I've seen some famous speeches in history that have been started by presidents of the United States of America where they've said, "My fellow Americans," right? There's some song that I've heard at different times. America the beautiful, something, 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 something. So over the years, in my 100 years on this earth, I've just seen a lot of that sort of stuff, and it sort of got into my head that citizens of the United States of America are Americans. And of course I have friends here in Japan who will say, I've heard them say to Japanese people, when we talk Japanese people, they'll go, "Oh, you guys Americans?" And I'll say, "Well, no, I'm Australian." And my friend will say, "I'm American." And I actually went to high school with a guy who's actually now what is he? He's an ambassador for the United States of America, American ambassador in Europe, in one of the European countries. So I went to school with him, and he always told us he was American, and told everybody he met he was American. So I'm confused. So I don't really care either way, but I don't want to be offending people accidentally. It seems a difficult thing to refer to people as citizens of the United States of America. So for example, I've got 2 friends that are Australian, I've got 1 friend that's English, 5 friends that are Japanese, and 3 friends who are citizens of the United States of America. It seems a little long-winded. As far as referring to the country, I guess, referring to the country as the US is doable. I can do that. If you American guys, or you United States of American people, citizens, want me to do that, I can do that. I can refer to the US, I guess. I don't mind either way. Pretty much the same as when I meet someone. If I meet someone and he says, "Hi, I'm Jonathan," I say, "Hello, Jonathan." He says, "Call me John." I'll call him John. Or if he prefers to be called Jonathan, I'll call him Jonathan. So same with this. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't want to offend anybody, and I try and avoid getting those nasty little disciplinarian messages that I get from people telling me what I should and shouldn't do. So if I can do something that will stop some of those messages appearing, short of deleting them and blocking them, by saying things that are the right thing to say, politically correct or whatever. Anyway, just let me know. Actually YouTube's really good for this. I've often had things and questions that, it's sort of like, we've got like a United Nations happening here. And I really like using YouTube for this. If there's something that I'm not sure about and I don't really know something, there's lots of things I don't know, but if there's something in particular I don't know and I want to know more about, YouTube's a really good venue for this, and just to get the world opinion. So I'm really interested. Obviously people that live on the American continent are most interested in hearing from about this, because it's, this is sort of your business. It's not my business, it's your business. So I'm very interested to hear what all you guys have got to say. But of course, people from other countries as well. So, please, I'll be interested to see what the comments are and what the thumbs up, thumbs down on the different comments are. So if somebody says something and 500 people thumb up that comment, then I'll get the idea that maybe that comment's on the right track. So I think this is really interesting. It's the same as I kept getting told on YouTube by some people that their country was the best country in the world, and there's a lot of stuff on YouTube like that, and there's a lot of stuff in the media about that, and there's a lot of stuff, you know, when you deal with people internationally, you do get a lot of that, you know, my country's the best country in the world. So whenever I get a topic like that, I ask it on YouTube. And that particular topic was an interesting one. Those of you that haven't seen that video, have a look at it, have a look at the comments. My videos, I think some of my videos, the comments are more informative and more interesting than the video itself. I've found that's quite common on this channel and on my Japan channel. Sometimes I make a video with a little bit of information in it or a little bit of an idea in it, but the comments that come from all the people, I mean, obviously I've got one small brain. We've got so many people that watch these videos, thousands of people that watch these videos. The combined brain power of thousands of people watching these videos is really quite impressive. And I've learnt some really interesting things and been given some really interesting new perspectives by some people on YouTube. There's been a couple recently that have made different comments that I've gone, wow, that's really good, and thought about it later and thought, yeah, that's really good, that's really true. So it's interesting, and I think, you know, videos like this one are an example. You know, I ramble on for 3 minutes or whatever it is that I've rambled on for, and, you know, nothing really inspiring. It's just a question, really. You know, should we call it the US? Should we call it the USA? Should we call them citizens of the United States? Should we call it, what should we call it? It's just questions, really. I'm not really giving you any information. But look at the comments. Look at the comments. I think the comments are interesting. It's the same as my question about what's the best country in the world. You know, that's been really interesting. That was a pretty boring video, but the comments are fascinating. You know, read through the comments and read what people have got to say. It's fascinating. There's been a few other videos I've made that have been like that too, that have been just asking a question. I think they're the best. They're the best ones. It's the comments that are most interesting. So anyway, tell us. Let's hear what you've got to say. Tell us, and let's thumb up, thumb down if you see comments from people that you really agree with. Thumb them up. It sort of saves time. If you've got 6 billion comments that are all the same, it's a bit of a waste. But if you get one comment that you agree with and you thumb it up, that actually, you know, gets the idea across. It's like voting, right? It's like we're voting on this stuff. Very interesting. Anyway, thanks for that. Thanks for helping me out with this. More videos coming soon.